live? I think we're live. Okay. Finally down to getting the TikTok situated. But you know what? Let me do one thing. I need to make sure that... Okay. I need to make sure that the audio is playing okay music. Like, I get it. You know, sometimes you want music to be really good. And, so, streams... Let's see. Looking for the right stream list. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for joining. By the way, if you enjoy this type of content where we rank fragrances, be sure to give me a like and a follow, and we will go through them. And let me know if you have any suggestions of fragrances you want me to give my opinion on or rank. Your best Twitch. Maybe this is a good track? We'll start with this list of music at least. Oh, hello, hello. Jo Malone Scarlet Poppy. That one doesn't ring a bell? Scarlet Poppy. You know what? If you've ever seen the intense versions of any of the Jo Malone fragrances, be prepared for sticker shock. I know this isn't the one you want, but let me take a look at the Vanilla Floral Sweet. Wait, maybe this is the one. Scarlet Poppy Intense. I definitely haven't tried it. Looks like it's ranked extremely well in Fragrantica. If I had to put it in a spot, just as a placeholder, A. Their intense ones do last a lot longer. Spice Bomb Extreme. Where do I have it? Spice Bomb. Okay, Spice Bomb I don't have, but it is an A, but it's not a blind buy-worthy fragrance. It may be more seasonal based. So think of notes that are vanilla, spices, cinnamon, very potent and heavy and sweet. So vanilla dominant fragrance, you have to love vanilla. So Spice Bomb. And by the way, if you're enjoying this type of TikTok live, be sure to give a like and a share. Melanie Martinez Strawberry Milk. I don't think Melanie Martinez has a fragrance called Strawberry Milk, but she does have a Crybaby perfume. So is there a dupe for Melanie Martinez's Crybaby perfume? I unfortunately have never smelled a dupe, but my good friend Paul Reacts actually recently did a video on a dupe. I believe Okja has a dupe, but I personally haven't smelled it, but Paul Reacts does have a dupe for it, and I think it's called Into the Tears by Okja. I'm going off memory, so bear with me. Hopefully that helps a tad bit. And if you enjoy this type of TikTok live, be sure to subscribe. Givenchy Pie. Oh, thank you so much, Wilson. I think that said Wilson. Givenchy Pie. Before you buy Givenchy Pie, one thing you need to know is that this has been reformulated. It doesn't last as long as it used to. So no, it's a gamble if you're buying it online on whether or not you're getting the original formula or a reformulated one. People say the new version reformulated, that's in circulation, doesn't last as long. Is the scent still worth like 30 to 40 bucks? I think so. Nautica Voyage, we're putting it at the A tier. One thing to keep in mind is typically the best price for Nautica Voyage on Amazon is going to be like 20 to 30 bucks, but occasionally things like Walgreens or CVS will come out with like a crazy deal on Nautica Voyage. Great fresh fragrance. If you could save up a little bit more, I'd opt for Chromazaro or what is that? I'll come to that. Sauvage Dior Elixir. Dior Elixir is really good. I would put it in A tier. Definitely not a safe blind buy. That's one of the ones where you really have to sample it and do a few several day wear tests. So what happens is with that one's very sharp, but the dry down is really good. Dead Cool Milk, I really enjoy. I have 2 of their fragrance sampler sets. It's not very strong, so if you're looking for a strong fragrance, this isn't it, but it's really good. I liked it. Gentle Fluidity by Maison. Oh, what is that? Maison Francis. Yeah, that would be an A tier. Number 1 fragrance for guys, I would probably say this one, Parfums de Marly Layton. If I had to say like a budget one, I would say Mont Blanc Explorer. Or this one right here, Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. All really great fragrances. You know, Bleu de Chanel, if you really like that classic citrus style, or Hermes, Terre d'Hermes, those are like super classic historical style. Thank you so much for that rose, by the way. A question is, what do I think of Eros Flame? Eros Flame is good. I put it in the same category as Eros. They're both great vanilla fragrances. I prefer the original. Some people prefer the Flame. I think both are great for the price point. You can get either one of these now for close to about $60 or less in most reseller markets. All right, we got a gifter that's asking, what about Dylan Blue? Okay, Dylan Blue is great. A tier, great price point, master perfumer. Okay, so you're getting quality, getting longevity. The scent profile, just make sure it doesn't like overlap. So if you already have a Bleu de Chanel, you may not need Versace. What was the question? Oh, the chat's going crazy fast. So I would put it in A tier. Thank you so much, Tabby. Tabby Gomez. I love the gifts that are like the little tiny hearts. Gucci Memoir doesn't last long. It's a beautiful scent. This is about as much I could say. If I had to put it in the category, I'd say B tier. Ombre Leather. Okay, so this fragrance, it's to me extremely event specific. It is potent, strong, a leather dominant fragrance. There's not going to be many occasions where I just want to walk in a room and have everybody say, that guy right there, he smells like leather. That's that man right there. So not many occasions where that happens. Which Dias and Durga is an A tier? This isn't, would this be A tier? I would bring it down a tiny bit just because of the price point. Dias and Durga is pretty expensive, but this was there because of a video I did. This is, if you want to smell like a cowboy, this is an A tier fragrance for you. This is cowboy grass. It smells like deserts, vetiver, a lot of spices and citruses. Phantom So Low, I think it's travel size worthy. Like, I have a full bottle of Phantom. It, in my mind, it doesn't get a ton of replay or like reuse or love, and it's good longevity. I think the scent profile is a bit too sweet for me, maybe a bit youthful. Funny thing about Phantom though, so this fragrance right here, this robot, let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. Hopefully I don't mind learning about Phantom by Paco Rabanne. So a team of perfumers put a fragrance together called Phantom, and they also used neuroscience to determine what notes to use because certain notes elicit specific reactions. So Phantom is one of those neuroscience fragrances. I believe, I'm going off memory, I think the scent of Phantom is supposed to elicit like courage, sexiness, and energy. Yeah. So if you believe in that stuff, neuroscience, Phantom. Baccarat Cologne. Cologne? Yeah, I mean, Baccarat Rouge 540 is a great scent. I'd put it in A tier. I've worn it several times and I never really got any compliments from it, so I just stopped wearing it. And I only got a travel size. If I had any must-haves on fragrances for myself, I would say Jazz Club is up there. Um, Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio, Profumo. Best perfume for someone who wants. Okay, best perfume for someone who wants something not too strong for a woman. Something not too strong for a woman. Best perfume. On that category, I would say Flower Bomb. That's one. Okay. It doesn't last long, but it is an amazing scent. Cashmere, tea. The other one I would say is Dear Polly. This is a bit stronger. You get more niche. This is apple and black tea for anybody looking for perfumes that are in that tea. Tea isn't really strong, but it's noticeable, subtle. And then probably the original Burberry Her. So it's not too intense, sweet, or the original Alien Goddess. Hopefully that helps. That's kind of a list of a few that come to mind. Make sure I didn't miss any gifters. Guernes. Alright, honestly, I've not heard of this one. Somebody asked me Guernes. Never tried it, but for 13 bucks, sure. We'll put it in the A tier. Oh, another answer to the question, what is this fragrance right here? So I'm launching a fragrance in a couple of months. The brand is going to be called Soft Yes. If you want to be first on the list to notify when my fragrance launch happens for Soft Yes, link is in my bio. So fragrance launch, price point TBD, but I really do want to have an affordable luxury fragrance with an amazing unboxing experience, of course. So Soft Yes, check it out in my bio if you're looking for, if you want like the inside scoop on when that fragrance launch is going to happen. Other fragrance must-haves is Commodity Book. Okay, catching up on the comments. Burberry Hero. Oh, a wizard. We have a wizard in the chat. A subscriber. Thank you so much. Strunker. See, it's easier to recognize subscribers because they have that badge on them. And it's so bright. Eilish by Billie Eilish, I would say A, if you don't have a budget spicy vanilla. This is Sugar and Spice. B tier, if you've already tried Warm Vanilla Sugar by Bath and Body Works. Tom Ford Noir Extreme, great scent. That would be A tier. Tom Ford, though, big price tag, so just know that. Perfume for dark, villainous, vampiric. You know what? J-Hag. Like, I think of Iris when I think of villainous sometimes. So, by J-Hag. This may be a bit too sweet, but give it some time. I could also consider the new Liebe. You want something dark. You want something vampiric. Liebe Eau de Parfum. Some things that are also mysterious in my mind when I smell things that are incense style, or oud, really dark and deep, rich woods. There was another one that I was thinking of. Daybrob, first time chat. Hello, Kuwaiters. Nuit Issy Parfum. No, that's a great fragrance. I would say this isn't it. Issey Miyake has some great scents. So this one, for the budget and price point, I would put B++. Glossier You, I really enjoy. It's not everybody's favorite just because it's powdery, kind of musky. To me, it's addictive to smell. It's kind of not clean, but it's comforting, musky, a lot of familiar synthetic notes in there. So I like it. City Rhythm Miami, I have not tried. I heard great things from Fragrance Knowledge and Jufro, and I trust those guys. So yes. Dior Sauvage EDP. EDP is great. I still technically am on team EDT. I just like the Elemi note, the way it sticks out on that scent one. Someone named Sean Kim says, bro, I asked you for Burberry so many times. Okay, so it's like I'm trying to keep up with. So you should have said which one, which Burberry. This one I would put B+ tier. This is a great scent. Honestly, it smells like pencil shavings. Fancy pencil shavings. It's like office scent to me. Now the other one, Hero Eau de Parfum, this is what I would want. This is like my fall, winter, a lot deeper and richer notes, spicier. So this one I would put in A tier. So hopefully that answers it. Creed Aventus #1, it is really good. Until I launch my fragrance, and then that one's gonna be #1. Thoughts on Guess 1981 Los Angeles Men. Yes, it does smell similar to Versace Aero, so if you're looking for a alternative that may not last as long, a budget one is Guess 1981. Over on the Twitch chat says Prada L'Homme. Honestly, this is my favorite office scent. Like, when I think of office fragrances, this is my favorite. Thoughts on Pink Sugar? I like it. I think it's underrated. I mean, it's a very sweet fragrance for the price point. Performance isn't that bad either. Yeah, I think this is great, especially if you want to layer or you enjoy just like an extra enhancement. Just keep a bottle. Hey, thank you so much for the follows. I see some follows in there, and I appreciate it. Again, if you're wanting to get the inside scoop on my new fragrance launch for my brand, my fragrance, completely new, I am gonna have 300 bottles available. First fragrance is Luster 19. Any high-end Rex that are cruelty-free? You know what? I wouldn't be discouraged. There's a lot more innovation in cruelty-free fragrance manufacturing. So right now they've already set up the systems. I did a TikTok almost a year ago where they pretty much now are able to replicate anything that they used to do on rabbits. Pretty much the only companies that could probably afford it would be the higher end ones like Givaudan's. The only hard part is getting these companies to be transparent about it. That's just really tough. Like, they don't really add that into their marketing language. Okay, a gifter asked for Montal's Intense Cafe, I believe. Centel 33, an amazing scent. You want to buy it for the performance. If you don't care about the performance and you want something that smells like it, go for Commodities Book. That would be A tier. I apologize. I missed that gifter's comment, but I believe it was Montal's Intense Cafe. So Montal's Intense Cafe, I would put in A tier. If you love a coffee scent, this is Rose and Vanilla Dominant. So, much appreciated. Cologne Blue. Let me see which one it was. Sunset by Coach, I have not tried. But doesn't mean I can't bring it up. My top replica scent would be Jazz Club. And it's good. Really good. I wouldn't say it's like an intense scent profile, but it smells like really good. Okay, Burberry Touch. So I haven't smelled this one, but I would put this just as a placeholder in B+ for 39 bucks. And for everybody asking me, I think I have like 13 comments on Burberry Touch. So if you ever are looking for this one place I would recommend trying is places like Zendog86, thank you so much. User718, much appreciated for those sub stars. Burlington Coat Factories, Ross, discount sites, all of them pretty much have this on discount. So hopefully that answers one question about Burberry Touch. I'd put this in B+, or A if you could find it in between the $20 to $35 range. Okay, thoughts on Joya composition number 6 from a gifter. Wow, go very abstract on me with a fragrance I've never heard of, nor have I seen a bottle that looks like a rock. I haven't sampled this one. Who makes this? An interesting brand. So I may have to do a bit more digging into the Joya brand, but it is on my live, so I can always go back and find this recording. Aromatic, woody, and green. We'll put it in the B tier for now. Gucci Guilty I have not talked on, but I have it here in B. I have it in like the style of non-offensive fragrances that you just really want to be in a category where it's pleasing. It's more floral, very clean, kind of soapy, subtle woods. So that's why I say it's like people don't recommend it because it doesn't last long and it's not super intense. So if you want something inoffensive, maybe like a job interview or first date, I don't know. Like Gucci Guilty I think is in that ballpark. Tom Ford, the new one. So dark, woody, ambery fragrance. I like this style, but would I pay for it? No. Just for the price point, I'd probably bump it to B, but I love the scent profile. There are just other darker, woodier scents that I would go for. Tom Ford Oud Wood, that one I probably would pay for. That one is a bit more universal, so I feel like I could use this more often. Even though it's oud, which is kind of more associated with darker resinous scents, this is still pretty clean. Aromatic, very appealing. Smells fancy, like a fancy businessman. Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb, A tier. Calvin Klein's Euphoria, A tier. Intense Cafe, I would still put A tier as well. Somebody wants Jazz Club. I'm glad everybody's into Jazz Club. Jazz Club is an awesome scent profile. I think this past year I've probably seen like 5 or 6 fragrances release something around the scent style or scent accord of bourbon vanilla. So bourbon vanilla is where it's at. Even Wilhelm. So this is S tier. This is really good. I would pay the price point for it. But before you buy a boozy fragrance, you need to try and sample To My Father by Wilhelm. So the brand sent me this, and it smells like a Manhattan cocktail. So if you've ever had a Manhattan, I believe it's like orange bitters, whiskey. This smells like a celebratory Manhattan cocktail. So now you learn something new. Somebody says, do Invictus Victory. All right. This one, I like it. I would put it in B++. It's not bad. It's just typically if I'm going for vanilla or amber fragrances, I will probably go towards brands like maybe the Stronger With You, Emporio Armani. I'll go with Spice Bomb Extreme. So Invictus, Paco Rabanne, great scents, but my scent, like when I associate with them, I usually stick with like clean, fresh, aquatic. So if I had to pick between Intense Cafe or Ristretto, I would go with Intense Cafe. Bleu de Chanel, that's S tier. My preference on which one I like most is the Eau de Parfum versus Parfum. Like, it's 50-50 on what people like more. The Parfum, to me, just smells like a blue cologne. Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, that is A tier. Azzaro has some solid scents. Some people may think that this one might be a bit too sweet, so sample it, obviously. But that would be one of the negatives. Yo, 100 new followers, thank y'all so much. Oh, what fragrance is this? This is my new release that I'm launching in a month. If I could, I will have the website up. Let me see, do I have any new subscribers? So if you go on my profile, the fragrance launch will be on there. If you go to the link that says best new fragrance, I'll give somebody a shout out. Oh my gosh, 5 new subscribers. Okay. Jimin, Tara, Salomon, Jenny, thank y'all so much for signing up for the interest list. You don't have to buy the fragrance, but if you sign up and support and just say, hey, let me know when you're launching your fragrance, I want to learn about it. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Oh, Louis Vuitton. I really like it. You know, these are refillable. So this is put like A++ tier as a price point. Thoughts on Tom Ford Black Orchid? Not a safe blind buy. It is so divisive on the way it's interpreted or smelled between like the videos. Look at videos. You see people have opposite reactions all the time on it. So I'd put it in B tier just for that. Prada Black A. Best men's colognes of all time that's not warm, ambery, or spicy? Great question. If I said, hey, what's a great cologne? Not warm or spicy? I would say Mont Blanc Explorer. If you're looking for a super safe and soapy and powdery, then I would go Prada L'Homme. Somebody's saying, what's one of my newest fragrances this year that I really like? This would be A+ tier. Uomo Coral Fantasy, a very smoky candy apple. Sutherland and Joy, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but which one? Okay, so Light Blue. This is A, almost A+. Ooh, Intense. This is also A+. I'm not a big fan of the flankers. For whatever reason, whenever I smell the grapefruit note, it just smells off to me. So I like the not the originals, but the intense versions of the light blue fragrances. And then once they go into the front flankers, I'm not a big fan. Dior Fahrenheit B tier. Tom Ford Bitter Peach A tier. Affordable colognes. You have Davidoff Cool Water. Of course I can't spell cool water. So you have Cool Water. You have Nautica Voyage. You have 2 freshies right there. You have Club de Nuit Intense. Now you have something that's similar to like a very fruity, woody scent. Safest blind buy out of that list, Blue Mango? I would say YSLY. And unless you like a little bit of classic in your scent style with citrus, I would go Bleu de Chanel EDP. But if you want the safest, I would say YSLY. Born in Roma, beautiful scent. Do I have it in A? I do have it in A. Tom Ford Fragrance Rose. Like I'm telling you, the chat is going whack. I may have to reboot this and go subscriber only for a minute. No, I won't go subscriber only. I'll finish the late night stream. Mr. Burberry Eau de Parfum. That one would be B tier. Daisy Love, B. Any recommendations for Beast Mode Gourmand perfumes? This one I would say would be Beast Mode Gourmand perfume. Vanilla. Commodities Milk Intense. So it would be the gold text. Commodity Milk. If you want to get into niche. Gosh, what is the... This isn't niche, but... Why isn't it coming up? It would be Victor and Rolf Bonbon. And there's also an extreme version. A sweet caramel fragrance. There is a new launch from Chaotic. So that's another one to consider. Okay, Matiere Perfume Radical Rose. Hey, I just got their Discovery set. So from the Matiere fragrance, Radical Rose is on it. I have not test worn it. Dior Sauvage, I would put it. My favorites would be the original, Eau de Toilette, and then Elixir. Those would be in my A tier. Kilian Straight to Heaven, S tier. What would you say is pretty similar to it? So I haven't tried any of the Imaginary Author scents. Bleu de Chanel, I have it in my A list. Hey, where'd it go? I had it right here a second ago. Let's toss some Parfums de Marly Delina. Yeah, I would say maybe A or B. If you like Sauvage, I'd say go for a travel size. Ocha Suaven, I have not tried it. Paco Rabanne Invictus. Did I just do that? Okay, no, I didn't do this one. This is good. I really like it. It doesn't last long, but this is one of the fragrances that I think did grapefruit really well. Like I said, sometimes I smell grapefruit and I'm like, ugh, that smells a bit. This smells a bit more into that clementine style. Great freshie. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly freshie, this is a good one to consider. I'll put it in B++. Fresh and classic cologne. It doesn't get more fresh and classic than Versace Pour Homme. Baccarat Rouge 540. Let's just put it up on the board because it's like BK 540. Is this still worth the price point? I mean, it's iconic. I think so, but man, it is pricey. So Baccarat Rouge 540, there's also a lot of scents that smell similar to it. So if you're willing to sacrifice like the exact fragrance with something else, you know, there's All Saints Sunset Riot, there's, I think it's Pacifica Dream Moon. These aren't dupes, but I mean, they circle around like that ethyl, I think it's ethyl maltol fragrance, like that candy accord with saffron. What is better as a gift if I had to pick? Would it be Ariana Grande Sweet Like Candy or Cloud? I would go with Cloud. I'm going off memory, but I think there's one Ariana Grande fragrance where people say they smell pickle. I don't know if it's Sweet Like Candy, but it's definitely not Cloud. So my two favorite from Ariana Grande's is Cloud and Moonlight. Dior Sauvage Elixir, that would be A tier. Versace Crystal Noir. Mont Blanc Legend EDP, that would be B+. It's a great scent. It just smells very similar to your Abercrombie Fierce. I love talking about how much I really enjoy the smell of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. And then when people say, well, what does it smell like? I say, almond extract. But why do we want to wear almond extract? I don't know. But yeah, that's what it smells like. Tobacco Vanille. I really love it. A lot of cinnamon, vanilla. It smells like Big Red Gum and Dr. Pepper. What cologne should I wear to model casting? Event-specific fragrances, model casting. I don't know. I would say something sweet. Like, if you have a budget, I mean, that's when that Mont Blanc Legend, that's a sweet fragrance. That's a freshie. And there are fragrances that are similar to, I would look for fragrances that are apple, fruity, vanilla. Less so things that are spicy, like Spice Bomb Extreme. Maybe avoid the cinnamons. People might be more sensitive to those too. Can I rate Bad Boy? I'd say B. Like, it's not bad. I just like if I'm looking for this scent profile, warm, spicy, woody. I like more vanilla. So I usually go for the Stronger With You by Armani for this price point-ish, like in that price point level. Not bad. It's not a bad fragrance. Somebody says, oh my gosh, an ad popped up as soon as you started answering my question. The black bottle in S tier. So I have my fragrance. And by the way, if you want to sign up for my fragrance launch, it's coming in a couple of months. That's going to be on softyes.co. Softyes.co. And then you just say, hi, this is my email, and let me know whenever your fragrance launch happens. You don't even have to buy it. You just want to be in the know. Because I don't know what price I'm going to sell it for yet. I still have to finalize a few things. This was Giorgio Armani Profumo. Olympia. Salty vanilla. I like the way this smells. I've gotten some feedback on this one and I've seen other people review it, but I think if I would like to collectively listen to what everybody says online about it, I'd probably end up putting it around the B+ tier. Yeah, I think it's the saltiness of it that may not sit well with everybody. Hey, Coach Dream. Did I already do this one? I don't think I did. White floral, that's fruity, and you could get it for $60. Say B tier. Ruby Orchid, that would be A. For whatever reason, Flower Bomb has had some really great flankers. Really consistent. Versace Eau Fresh, I'd put it in A tier. And you know what? Part of that swaying in that vote rank is from Fragrance Knowledge. He's a big fan of Versace Eau Fresh, so we put it up there. Oh, LMH, what I said about model casting. So if you do any model casting and you want something that smells appealing because you want to wear it for your specific events, I'd say maybe go for things that are sweeter or cleaner. So you could go Prada L'Homme, that smells like fancy soap, and iris. You could also go for things that are sweeter, like Mont Blanc Legend. Mont Blanc Legend, that's gonna have some fruits, but my recommendation was more avoid things that are super potent with heavy incense, peppers, cinnamon. Like a Bleu de Chanel would be nice, you know. I would avoid things that are super sharp or spicy. So I wouldn't be wearing ombre leather. That's not spicy, but it's animalic. Cheap niche? I don't know. It depends on how you like describe cheap, like in that price point. But like the most affordable ones, Montal has some pretty good price points. Mancera, some pretty good price points. Instant Crush is another one that gets brought up with an alternative for Baccarat Rouge 540. Mr. Burberry. If it was about Mr. Burberry, if I was to go back and think about what I said for this one, it would be that I would recommend finding a discount one through Ross, Marshalls, the discount stores, because if you could find it for like under 40 bucks, that is an A tier fragrance and price point. It doesn't last long, but it's a really nice scent. I mean, it smells like a standard cologne, but you know, it's good quality. Effing Fabulous, I'd say that's pushing S tier, not quite though. Dama Bianca I have not tried. Creed Aventus, musky perfumes. You know, ones that come to mind are Narciso Rodriguez, Poudre. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is it Poudre? So, Narciso Rodriguez has some really good musk scents. I'd also still put Glossier U up there. Like, I'm a fan of it. Glossier U. But just know, if you like musky scents is one of those scent profiles that sometimes is really hard for our noses to interpret. And it's just random. Sometimes a portion of the population can't smell musky scents. So if I had to pick between Stronger With You Intensely Vanilla Sweet Amber Cinnamon. Alright, you already have me with this one. Or Stronger With You Absolutely such a hard pick. I would go with the other one. I would go Stronger With You Intensely if I had to pick. Pack Runner, I already rated Versace Eau Fresh. I put it in A tier. But my reason for it was more because my buddy Fragrance Knowledge hypes it up. All the Queen's Men. Never smelled it. Brando, thank you so much for highlighting this brand. I love the bottle and label. Woody Sweet Honey. All right, so this is a new fragrance because this is a 2022 launch. All right, I'm gonna keep my eye on this one. I haven't tried it, but is that bourbon? Rum and honey. Looks good. If you're looking for this, the name of the website that I use is Fragrantica. Is Baccarat Rouge 540 for men? It's for anybody. That scent profile is probably universally known as a unisex scent style. Even though it is very sweet, there on the skin, a lot of the piney, rich woods, ambery scents really stick out. All right, so if you go to softyes.com, I still am taking subscribers that want to be on the inside scoop for whenever I do launch my fragrance. Softyes.com. It is on my link on my bio, along with a few discount codes. Best all-around male cologne. I would say Mont Blanc Explorer. Xerjoff Naxos S tier. Hot take, Bleu de Chanel is overrated. I'd say Bleu de Chanel's parfum is overrated. It just smells very much like a blue cologne. I mean, I love the scent style for the EDP. Best tobacco perfume for women besides Tobacco Vanille. It's so expensive. I would say there's nothing wrong with wearing, even though it's not marketed for women. This has tobacco in it, and it smells very, very nice. I guess it says tobacco leaf. Acro also has some smoky fragrances. This is niche, but the price point's pretty fair. So they have a really nice discovery set, so I try Acro as well. Creed Viking. Do I have Viking? I have one of the Viking fragrances. Oh, I have Viking Cologne. I don't have Viking. So I haven't tried it. I like Viking Cologne. From what I heard, it's an improvement for Viking. My guess is like this. The reason it didn't do well is because it smelled a bit more like classic cologne, the scent profile. So I put that one in B. Miss Dior, absolutely blooming. This is A+ material. Do any of the Aesop fragrances smell good? I think some do. Somebody asked me a fragrance with a top note. Chrysanthemum. You know what? I do have a few from Demeter. I'd say this is still worth trying. They do pretty okay single note fragrances. You're not gonna have the best bottle, but sometimes it's interesting to smell. This is Sim by Zadig and Voltaire. I have not tried. Warm, spicy, woody. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Kouros. Yeah, I've tried it. Wasn't a fan. This is like too animalic. I think it's a civet note in there. What's a civet? It's this little guy right here. It's that little guy. That's what it smells like. Hugo Boss, the scent. Okay, so if you're also looking for a budget-friendly version of the Stronger With You line, this is a budget-friendly version. Not dupes, but I'm just saying if you're looking for that warm vanilla fragrances, this is a good alternative. For the price point, this is good. I'd say A tier. So, Lush fragrances, I've tried to sample, but it's really hard to sample in those stores because there's so much fragrance. Lord of Misrule is good, but like I wouldn't be able to give it a fair shake because most of the that was weird. I think my mic went off for a second. I wouldn't be able to give it a fair shake because a lot of the scents in there kind of overpowered my senses. I'd say maybe Vanillary and Lord of Misrule might have been my two favorite. We have not done Prada Paradox. It's nice. Maybe B. B minus. That's pretty good feedback. Image, like Alone. Yeah. The question is thoughts on Jeremy fragrance scents. They're pretty good and they're long lasting. Yeah, it's tough. Like as somebody who's trying to launch his own fragrances, like he did a really good job. Like he found the scent profile that worked and just like got it going. They smell really good for the price point. I mean, that's hard to justify. Somebody says, God is a woman perfume. I like the dry down. I don't like the ambrette note. The ambrette could smell a little bit soapy and shampooy, but I think the dry down's beautiful. I put it in like B tier. 1 million lucky Paco Rabanne. This is good. I'd put it in A tier. Valentino Donna Born Aroma A. Chanel L'Homme Sport Extreme. That's a high ranking. That's an A+. I need a vanilla sweet fragrance. I've done a few videos on vanilla sweet fragrances. Be sure to give me a follow and I could point you to my profile and say, these are my favorite vanilla fragrances. Okay, vanilla fragrances. YSL Libre. Right here. This is another vanilla fragrance. Alien Goddess Intense Parfum. Kayali's Vanilla. 28. What are my other favorite vanilla fragrances? Atelier's Vanille Sensé. It's a discontinued scent, but still beautiful. It's one of those scents that's sweet, but not gourmandish. It's a bit more grounding and powdery and floral. Montal's Intense Cafe. I don't have a problem with Demeter. I think they do single note scents pretty well. I could consider them like on occasion for layering, but they do more of like the single note styles. I have a few, nothing wrong. I think they smell nice. And the price point's good. So if that's your favorite note, I would try their Demeter. What is it? The Chrysanthemum? Cafe Cabanel. Spice Bomb, we have it in A tier. Ocean Noir, I would put it in B tier. Millésime Impérial, that'd be A tier. No, S tier. Armani Stronger With You, that one's gonna be A+. Tommy Bahama Maritime, I like their scents, very tropical. Marine, sometimes you may be able to find them at a Ross. Or a Burlington Coat Store. That reminds me, I have Rose 31 sitting in my office at work. And I forget it. Okay, so you want the good or the bad? The good. John likes it. Okay, the bad. Some of the feedback that I've seen reviewers rate this is it smells like armpit and it smells like feet. Does John still like it? I do, but they're not wrong. There is a muskiness to it. So if I had to put it anywhere, B+. Best men's fragrance for versatility. Still put Mont Blanc Explorer there. Or Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Okay, 2 more. And then after this, I am Audi 5000. Toy 2 Bubblegum, I'd say B+ tier. L'Interdit. It's a beautiful scent. This would be my preferred one. The other flanker, the L'Interdit, I believe, Rouge, I thought smelled a little bit kind of like warm wine. The dry down is beautiful, but I wasn't a fan of like the top notes and the heart notes. So if I had to put this one maybe like A-, this one A. Versace Eros isn't bad. I think Versace Eros is really nice. I think people's nose just get tired of that mint and vanilla combo. It's kind of taxing on noses. Vimy, all right. Somebody wants to ask about Versace Eros. I like this scent. Would I get a full bottle? I wouldn't, just because it's It's very sweet, and like I mentioned earlier, sometimes it's a bit taxing on the nose, like that mintiness, that green and vanilla. Um, could make you go nose blind pretty quick, especially the Eau de Parfum. So my suggestion, Scentbird, get a sample vial. Do I have a code for that? I don't know. I think John 10 may give you 10% off. Maybe try John 55. Maybe John 55 might give you 50% off. Yeah, so hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay. Two more. You know what? Funny enough, Jake's House, I think it might have been one of the first people to review this on my channel early on. I really like it. It does remind me a bit of a style related to like the Giorgio Armani's, Acqua di Gio, but a more balanced, sweeter version. Is Uomo Intense Valentino a good vanilla scent? I think so, but people tend to not like powdery iris. Like if you like the smell of lipstick and cosmetic or baby powder, then I would say give it a shot. Mont Blanc Explorer, A tier. Okay, I think we're close to the 1 hour mark. Oh my gosh. Y'all, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate everybody jumping on this chat. If you want to help out my channel, be sure to go to the link in my bio and sign up for whenever I launch this S tier fragrance right here. Yes, I will be launching a fragrance. It will smell awesome and you're going to be like, whoa, you launched a fragrance? Sad news is I only have 325 bottles. And so if you're on that email list, you will be the first to know when that fragrance delivery date drops. So I'm going to be trying to be protective, let y'all know that ahead of time, y'all are on my live. Y'all get to see. I'm going to try to give everybody on the email list an update. Like, I'm going to have a fragrance launch. This is the date. So, y'all, John, JPG, La Mail de Parfum. Hugo Boss Absolute. Alright. Last two. Hugo Boss The Scent. Again, if you're looking for something as an alternative that's more affordable for the Stronger With You collection, this is a great alternative. I would still put this in A tier, just for that price point. Under 50 bucks sometimes, it's really good. Jean Paul Gaultier La Mer. If this is the one, I would put this one in B tier. Not my favorite. I still prefer Ultra Male. Mugler Pure Hawaiian. No, I personally am not a fan. I'd push it down like, excuse me, B- or C. Alright, CK1. Last two, CK1. CK1, C tier. I mean, it's a really nice tea scent. It just, I don't think it lasts anymore. Green, is it tea? What's the notes on here? Maybe it's musk. I thought there was tea in here. Now, historic wise, like in terms of like fragrance history, it is absolutely awesome. CK1, CK1. Make sure I didn't miss anything by a past gifter. Hugo Boss Absolute. We got that one knocked out. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to say thank y'all so much. I think I've had several of y'all jump on my bio on my TikTok. Be sure to jump on there and sign up for that email newsletter so that you know, okay, John's dropping his S tier fragrance in a couple of days. See if I can get y'all a discount code, or we could do like a raffle where like if you sign up, first 100 people, X amount of discount codes, or we'll raffle it off till we do like one giveaway. So some things I've considered, but you got to be added on there. I want to say thank you so much for joining. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Next TikTok live will be subscriber chat only. Just makes it a little bit easier and fair. I do both to try to manage it, but just want to give y'all a heads up. If you want to be a subscriber, that'll definitely help. All right. Well, everybody's gone. I'll do one more. Why Eau de Parfum? I really like it. A++ or S- tier if you want to put it on there. I think it's great. I like the YSLY fragrances. Kayali's invite only? Oh, that's a good one. Like, I can't put everything from Kayali on S tier, but if you like the darker, rich scents, this is one to consider. I'd put this one A. Alright, why Eau de Parfum? That one's S-. I want to say thank y'all again for joining me on this TikTok live. 20,000 strong, and then we have hopefully just as many email subscribers so that they could sign up for this S tier fragrance, and it's going to be called Luster 19. I'm going to release the notes soon to the email list first. Just hey, you got to get the inside scoop. I want to say thank y'all. Y'all have a great night. Leave me a comment on my last video if you have any questions about any of these fragrances.